What's going on, guys? John here. We're back with another episode of the Alaska State Dynasty. And in this episode, we're going to make a change on the depth chart. If you watched last episode, LaMarcus Brewer, he struggled massively. Jackie Wolf played really well. So I'm going to go into that. Jackie Wolf, he's got star dev. He doesn't have as many abilities, but I'm trusting Jackie Wolf to go out there and ball. Because if you look at the stats, he does have, through very similar completion, more attempts, but similar completion. He has more yards, more touchdowns, one more interception, has a higher touchdown to interception ratio. Like, he's overall just better. And that is why I am benching LaMarcus Brewer, and it is going to be Jackie Wolf. Last episode, we already went over the training results, or not the training results, the recruiting. So we are just going to hop straight into the game. One other change I did make off camera is I adjusted some of the auto subs so Jerry and Parker comes in more often. So there'll be more different formations. I know it's formation subs, not auto subs. So that Jerry and Parker will come in a little bit more often. He's got a couple more of the two tight end sets. He's going to come in a little bit more, hopefully at least. We'll see. But it's Alaska State versus San Jose State. Here we go. Let's get it. We've already got 2nd and 10, unfortunately, after a 1-yard rush by Aiden Knoll. But now Aiden Knoll is going to break free, and Aiden Knoll again has a 75-yard rushing touchdown. He didn't get anything on first down, had to make up for it, going 75 yards to the house. And he's too fast for the defense. Just blowing the doors off of them and just running it right past. Nobody can touch him. 75 yards, untouched, to the end zone for Aiden Knoll. The Spartans take the field. It is 1st and 10, as we're going to see what they have. Oh, I could have read that better. As we have a new star on defense, if you look at the right side, Jaden Smith is now our new star instead of Volmer, which it's not that big of a deal, but it is cool that we have some changes. I wish we had multiple stars, but we are still not good enough for that. So, yeah, I think this is going to be a good game. I think if we can keep our offense cooking, we'll be fine. I think it might end up being a shootout, though. I will say, I think some slider adjustments may need to happen, especially after Aiden Knoll has had 4 rushing touchdowns over 40 yards and 3 over 70 yards. A little bit crazy. Then again, that might just straight up be his ability, because he is fast. And I think that's been the whole thing with his game. He's just been faster than everybody else. As they're really driving down the field very well. And, all right, 1st and goal from the 8. I'm going to send a blitz here, hoping maybe they run the ball. They do not run the ball. And Jaden Smith just straight up doesn't make any contact. That is a touchdown for San Jose State. And they are going to retie the game at 7. 2nd and 10 after I threw an incompletion on 1st down. We're just going to go, oh my gosh, we missed a wide open Bryson Jones. I didn't lead the ball at all. That was just straight up a miss. Are we doing this thing where the backup quarterback is just going to be naturally better than the starter no matter who it is? Because I'm not dealing with this today. We're going to go to Jordan Houston. He gains 9, but we're still going to have to punt. I don't know what it is, but it seems like every time I play a football game, the backup quarterback, like if you have 2 very mid quarterbacks, the starting quarterback will always do a lot worse than the backup. And the backup will come in and absolutely dominate, and then I go to start the backup, and then the backup sucks. I think that was Patriots franchise that you saw that a lot too. As that's a great tackle by McLean. And that's going to force a 3rd and long. Nope, 3rd and short. I guess, what would you consider third and four? Is that third and medium, maybe? Third and medium. And it's a fumble. We get the ball. Hope picks it up. And he gets it inside the 35. And what a hit. Forcing the ball out on what was really close to a first down. I'm not sure if it actually would have been. But what a play. I think Gerald hopes the recovery. But Tevin Daniels is going to get credited with the forced fumble. It's caught here. That's not him. That is 100. Who is 19? Because 19 is the one that forced that, not Daniels. Yeah, Vollmer. They're going to give that forced fumble to Daniels, I guess. But I definitely think Vollmer should get that. But that makes it 1st and 10 for us inside the 35. Makes up for the punt issue, and we run for 1 with Aiden Knoll, who's 3 for 76 and a touchdown. It's a little bit blown out of proportion. As there you see our auto subs kicking in, Jerry and Parker. But we're going to go LJ Young. LJ Young around the edge. And LJ Young, the tight end, has a touchdown. And it was a beautiful downfield block from from Jordan Houston that set that up. I mean, I was just hoping to get a couple of yards. LJ Young was left wide open. But this block upfield by Jordan Houston right there completely set us. Because LJ Young, former wide receiver, just had enough speed to outrun the San Jose State defense. And we are going to score again. See what McIntyre has. Takes the snap. And it's knocked away by Vollmer. I read that one perfectly. I had 2 guys on slant routes I had to try and cover, and I just had to do my best, I guess. That's all I could do. As that's 3rd and 7. What does McIntyre have? Up the seam. He's got a running back, I think, for the first down. That was just a good read. Had a man up open in the seam. I was in that middle zone, so I couldn't cover much. As got another open man there. That's Brendan McLean giving up the big open field play, as he has 5 tackles already. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. They're going to go outside, and a good tackle by Tevin Daniels on that one. Leads to a 2nd and 5. I kind of like this defense. They've got a lot of good talent. I love Freddie Wayne. You guys know that, as that's a screen. And Freddie Wayne blows up the screen after a gain of 1. And that leads to 3rd and 4. We're going to try a man coverage blitz, as we're going to see if Vollmer can get some pressure here. They just immediately throw it out. Georgia Corey's going to make the tackle, and they're going to have 4th and 2, which they're going to go for it. And I think they're going to let it. I think they're going to go before the end of the quarter, too. Nope, they're going to let it run out of the quarter. Just put on shoe clock, guys. Just get the quarter out of the way. We're up by 7, and a big 4th down decision here for San Jose State coming up. All right, 4th and 2. What's the decision going to be? Got 3 running backs on the field, I'm pretty sure. And some very lackluster off-ball defense, basically, but this ain't basketball, so they kind of just sat off the route and let him throw it right to him. So 1st down for San Jose State. Now it's 1st and 10. And this tight end is breaking everything, unless that's a wide receiver. I have no idea what position that dude plays. We've thrown 4 passes, completed 2 of them. They've thrown 19, I think is what that said. You can tell who has the more flashy offense, as they're just going to go underneath to the running back. They actually may have had a touchdown if he fired end zone, but he did not. Start 17 passes, and he's only thrown 1 incompletion. I don't like that, as it's 2nd and 3. Man in motion. That's going to take Freddie Wayne to the wrong side of the field. And what Why would you uncover him? That was perfect defense to start. Greenwood was just sitting on him, and then all of a sudden, because I think Greenwood was the guy that before the snap got pulled all the way to the wrong side of the field, so his zone's technically all the way over here. And I just expected, oh well, Greenwood's going to cover over there, so I can with that deep safety go wherever I want. And then all of a sudden he just abandons the open man, and it's a touchdown. 1st and 10, and where you have a handoff to Jerry and Parker, and he will gain 1. So I truly think that the Aiden Knoll thing is just because he's just fast. Because Aiden Knoll he can't even do that every play. It's just like he'll randomly have a very good thing. As there's LJ Young again breaking tackles, and LJ Young looking kind of fast. I guess that wide receiver gene is kicking in for him. As now we're going to put Lewis in motion, and Lewis will go backwards. Second and 11. We're going to go a screen to Aiden Knoll. Just pad his numbers a little bit. And Aiden Knoll is going to get around the edge, and another big gain for Aiden Knoll. But who's shocked, honestly? I know I'm not. As now, got another 2 tight end set, so Jerry and Parker is the back. And he gains 3. So I think a lot of Jerry and Parker's yards last season just came from pure volume. And I think that's kind of what Aiden Knoll's getting too. As we're going Jordan Houston. I'm getting my names messed up. I was going to say Jermaine Houston. Gets the first there. And now we have another 1st and 10. We're going to try and hand it off to Jerry and Parker again. And Jerry and Parker's going to break a tackle there and get almost 10. And you know what? Let's give it back to him. We'll go left side run to Jerry and Parker. We've got our best lineman on that side. Parker will break a tackle and gain 2. And now in comes the vulture, Aiden Knoll. Last year he stole a lot of rushing touchdowns away from Jerry and Parker. He will not here get about 3. And that'll set up a 2nd and goal from the 4. And who do we even go for here? 2nd and goal, firing. Khalil Lewis, touchdown. Khalil Lewis, the freshman, had 3 touchdowns in his breakout game last week versus Air Force. And now he's putting up more numbers. This time, it's a short 4-yard receiving touchdown to give us the lead again. 1st and 10 now for San Jose State. And they're going to do a QB draw. And it's another fumble. An O-lineman picks it up, and he will lose a yard. Vollmer forced a fumble. The quarterback just kind of took it himself and ran right into Emmanuel Vollmer. That's going to be a forced fumble for him. And once again, they go empty backfield. They really like this empty backfield look, don't they? And looking around to throw, nobody there. And a very awkward slide takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 10. What does McIntyre have here? We're sending a blitz. Goes underneath. I think we're going to get a roughing the passer here. Emmanuel Vollmer going to get a roughing call. That'll bring him nearly into field goal range, if not into field goal range. 39, that'd be a 56-yarder-ish. So that'd be really close to a field goal for him. I think they'd make it, especially if they're lined up right on the middle. As it's 1st and 10. No. You see, that's the problem. I never can cover everything, but the CPU is not going to cover the people I need them to cover. So I get stuck in a position where I'm trying to cover a guy across the field, and I can't. I think that might have been roughing the passer, but they're not going to call it, as they're just dinking and dunking all the way down the field. We need to get a turnover one of these drives, because otherwise they're going to get the ball at half and all the double score, as that's another easy play for them. We will have 3 timeouts if we want to try and make something happen. But I don't know if we can. 1st and 10. Taking it himself. And McIntyre is going to have an easy rushing touchdown there to retie the game. All right, we have 40 seconds to drive down the field. Just going to start underneath LJ Young. Get 4. We need to go further than that, though. We need some deeper down the field plays. 2nd and 6. We're going to go Bryson Jones. You know Bryson Jones has some of those speed boosts. And now we're going to get kind of in a hurry-up kind of look. I'm sure I'll throw an incompletion here because that's what happens when I call hurry up. Yep. See, oh, pass interference, though. Can't hit him while the ball's in the air. That was not a catchable ball. You cannot call pass interference on that. Maybe like an unnecessary roughness because he did just kind of jump into the guy. But that's not pass interference. But okay. 1st and 10, sorry. And we're getting hit as I throw. Jackie Wolf's just getting killed out here. 2nd and 10. Jordan Houston is not going to get the first. We're going to have to call timeout there. And I think we just need we don't need a ton more yards. We definitely need some more yards. Go Khalil Lewis. Call our last timeout and then just try and get an out route to get a 1st down here. Or to get a little bit more. Like I think Khalil Lewis out route here might work. There's Khalil Lewis. Is that into field goal range? I still don't think it is. I think we're still short. I don't think we have the leg for 55. I need one more out route, I guess. It needs to be a super quick out route. Going outside, Khalil Lewis, and he got it. And now we might actually be in field goal range. 50 yards. This is going to be a kick. George Lincoln from 50 yards out. The kick is up. And it's good. What a play. What a back-to-back play from Khalil Lewis to get outside, make the grab, and get out of bounds to get us into field goal range, force a field, or kick a field goal to send us to halftime up by 3. And McIntyre's going to have a huge gain. We need to play the quarterback. Option QB. I'm sure that won't work. I'm sure we'll still give up insane gains to the quarterback. But made in motion, it's a tight end. It looks like it's going to be like a dive up the middle. Another option. And now the running back is going to go off. Big gain from the running back, Devin Green. And now our defense is just looking killable, I think is the best word for it. As it's 1st and 10. Going deep. Jaden Smith in coverage, and he just got beat. That's our fastest receiver, our fastest cornerback getting beat over the top and then mossed. Very unfortunate, and we gave up the lead there. Trevor Rogers, the pitcher. 1st and 10. And we're just going to start with the Jerry and Parker handoff, who will get about 5. I mean, Parker's still getting some decent rushing. And I like that he can still get some rushing yards. As it's 2nd and 5. Going to hand off Aiden Knoll. And Aiden Knoll is just so much faster. They really love to block for Aiden Knoll. It's really, really weird. But Aiden Knoll gets amazing blocks. As it's 1st and 10, we've got a deep play charged up here. Just going underneath Aiden Knoll. Safe option. I hate just force-feeding Aiden Knoll the ball, but if he's the only one open, can you really blame me? 3rd and 5. Need a 1st here since we're losing. We're going to go Jordan Houston, but there's a flag. It's not coming back. We're going to get a roughing the passer call. That's nice. It's not us getting my roughing this time. That tends to happen. And we're going to be on their 34 as Brady Van Beckham is injured. And now we've got a 1st and 10. So we're going to start with just an Aiden Knoll dive up the middle. And that's what makes me think that I don't need to adjust the sliders. Because, yeah, Aiden Knoll has like a 70-yard rushing touchdown in 3 of the 4 games this season. But he also has like stuff like that. As we get hit immediately under pressure. And it is 3rd and long. We need a 1st down here. Going LJ Young. And what a safety valve LJ Young has been this year. Or this game. Last couple games, he's been like kind of mid. Giving up or dropping passes and stuff like that. But right now, he's looking really good. As now we're going to hand it off Aiden Knoll. And he's going to have 10. He's over 100 on 7 carries. And that leads to a 1st and 10 from the 12. And we've got Bryson Jones. Shocker. Bryson Jones receiving touchdown. He has had a pretty quiet game today. But when in doubt, red zone touch for Bryson Jones. And that is a lead-changing touchdown from Bryson. Something he's very well known at. Perfect out route. Or it was actually a zig route. But Jones, right to the corner, touchdown. 1st and 10. Man in motion. Looks like it's going to be another run up the middle, but watch the read option. Nope, play action. And goes right out to the tight end. There's a flag, probably roughing, knowing my luck. Yep, roughing by Gerald Hope. Can never escape. Gerald Hope, the freshman, gonna get him all the way to the 48-yard line. That is terrible, terrible decision making. Getting the flag there. Man in motion. And they're gonna go outside of the running back, and Spriggs is gonna keep him there. 5-yard loss. As Christian Spriggs, the transfer junior, makes a great tackle, and that leads to a 2nd and 15. We need more plays like that. Just stopping them, sending them backwards if we need to. And there's a big one. Emmanuel Vollmer, completely untouched, right to the quarterback. Big sack of 7. It is 3rd and 22. And let me quickly just take coverage adjustments over top. I'm not getting beat over top. 3rd and 22. Man in motion was the running back, and they're just going to go underneath, and we're getting juked out of our shoes. Thank you, Elo, whatever the heck that dude's name is. That's going to force a punt, and now we're back in the driver's seat. 1st and 10. So we're going to fire. We've got Jordan Houston, and a great play by Jordan Houston basically gets us back to closer to midfield. That's a very good play by Jordan. As now it's 1st and 10. We've got I formation. We're going to go left side run, Jerry and Parker, and he goes nowhere. Second and 9. And there's Bryson Jones. Gets the 1st there. That's only Jones' 3rd catch of the day. And for our leading receiver, that's kind of crazy. But we've just been able to find more people. I know Aiden Knoll has a couple catches. He's going to have another one right here. Bryson Jones obviously only has the 3. LJ Young has multiple catches. I think he might lead us, actually. It's him or Jordan Houston. But like a lot of these guys we're spreading the wealth, as it's a 1-yard gain there. That's basically all our run game has been today. As I don't like this look, we're going to try it. Just need 1 yard. We don't get it. It's going to be 4th and 4 to start the 4th quarter, and I kind of like going for it. Our defense has been pretty lackluster. There you see the targets. 7 for Bryson Jones, and he has 3 catches. But our defense has been kind of lackluster today, so I think going for it on this 4th, the game wants me to go for it too. I like it. 4th and 4. Big 4th here. And Bryson Jones has it. You know, he may not have all the catches today, But when you need him most, he shows up. And that gives us a first down. A big first down, by the way. They're going cross field, and it's picked off a tip. I swear, these tip picks are the most unrealistic thing ever. Tipped right into the air, into the hands. Jackie Wolf continuing to lead the league in interceptions. I hate those stupid tipped picks. So dumb. I hate audibles too. Like, why are we flipping the play? You haven't even seen the... And now you're flipping it again. That should be a false start, right? Because that's what happens if I call 2 audibles. I feel it's just so stupid that I always get picks on every single throw, but the CPU, like my guys play like they've got mental issues. Let me guess, roughing the passer? Yep. How? How do you even... It's Gerald Hope again. I might bench Gerald Hope because this dude can't stop hitting the quarterback. And like half my plays are locked because of course they are. I mean, we're just getting diced down the field, so 1st and 10 goes nowhere there. Leads to a 2nd and 10. Come on, let's get a stop here. Force a field goal even. That'd be nice. Tight end in motion. We're going to hand it off. And McLean will once again get the tackle. And now that leads to just another 3rd and short, which they'll probably just throw a quick underneath route to the running back or something, or whoever 26 is. Nope, they're going to go right up the middle. First down. Our defense just cannot stop them. We had that really lucky forced fumble and a punt in the first half, but we have not been able to stop them here in the second. So basically, we have to be the last team to touch the ball, is what I'm seeing. We basically have to say, well, we can't stop you, so we're just going to make it so you have to stop us. And that's a touchdown. 2nd and 8. And that one somehow tipped. That was going to be a touchdown if I could complete that. Bryson Jones had nobody in front of him. And now it's 3rd and 8. We need a first here. And he's not going to get there. He was the only one open. I'm going for this. I don't know why you'd want me to punt here. We have not stopped him a single time all day. And you want me to just give them the ball? No thanks. I'll go Jordan Houston. Bubble screen. And that's a big gain. And honestly, I'm going to try and score as fast as possible because running the ball, or not running the ball, but we're going to have to score this early anyway. I mean, we have to go. We just got to hurry. Bryson Jones press coverage. I doubt we'll actually get anything from it. Going end zone, Bryson Jones. Oh my gosh, contested catch. Bryson Jones. And that's back for the lead. He's him. I mean, he's having a down game today. I don't think he cares. It was a beautiful play. Jackie Wolf throws an absolute dart over everybody into the breadbasket. 4-6. Fumble! We've got it! We forced a fumble on the kickoff! Elijah Greenwood! And it's Bears ball! A kickoff fumble return. Or a kickoff forced fumble. It was a beautiful hit by Elijah Greenwood. And Cox just has to land on it. And we get the ball back. And that's huge. I mean, we can't really run the clock out with just the positioning that we're in. But the fact that we have the ball means that we can potentially score. Brick Lewis, what are you doing? that we can potentially, I mean, even a field goal makes it 6, which 6 is not great because that's still a touchdown to field goal. Means you don't have it. Oh my gosh. Bryson, don't drop those, man. We had Bryson in the end zone, and he dropped it. Almost landed in the hands of a defender. Khalil Lewis, touchdown! What a throw from Jackie Wolf. Not afraid of throwing picks. He throws it to a beautiful in-breaking route by Khalil Lewis, who has his second touchdown of the day. What a throw, what a catch, what a game. And we're going to go up by 10. All right, now down by 2 scores. They do have 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they have to score twice. So what does they have? English is not my strong suit, apparently. As now they're going to be in turbo formation. Just expect that. As he's going to run, and I just missed with Volmer. But that's all right. We'll be fine. As I need the guy in the middle. Uh-oh, nope, I'm Tevin Daniels. That's inbounds, I believe. Yep, it is. So we'll switch to cover 3. Obviously, we know they're going to pass. Nope, he's going to take it himself. Interesting play call there. I wish I could call it any other play but these 3, but this is all I have because that's all they can give me. I almost want to call a timeout so that way I can recall my plays. As Trevor Rogers is hurt, that's their best man. And that's going to give us a chance to recalibrate our play calls. And watch the left side here with a potential streak. Nope, they're going to go underneath to the running back. And he's going to make the catch, but you got to hurry, guys. You can't be checking down like that. 2nd and 9. They've got to hurry. They don't have infinite time. Oh, but Charles Gore decides he wants them to score. As it's 1st and goal. They got 8 seconds left before the 2-minute warning. Are they just going to let it go to the 2-minute warning? Nope, they're going to snap it. And they're going to have a touchdown. Charles Gore is burnt toast. And that's a touchdown to put him back within 3. And it'll go down to the onside kick. Okay, so I lied. They did not do an onside kick. I guess I forgot that I literally mentioned they have 3 timeouts. As Jarian Parker has not been able to get any running going. That's been a problem. So it almost comes down to the fact that we're going to have to pass it. 2nd and 10. And we have to just throw it up. Oh boy. 3rd and 10. What do we got here? Bryson Jones, it's 4th and inches. I'm going for this. It is maybe the worst decision you could make, but I'm going for it. 4th and inches. We need half a yard. Jackie Wolf, QB sneak. He got it. Jackie Wolf. What a beast. He needed half a yard, and he maybe got half a yard. But he got what he needed, and now it's 1st and 10. 1 timeout. We can basically ice it here. They call their final timeout. I think a 1st down ends it guaranteed. I think there's still technically a chance that they can get the ball back with like very minimal time left. 2nd and 7. Handoff, Jarian Parker, spin move. And that's going to do it. Jarian Parker ends San Jose State's hopes as Jackie Wolf will take a knee. A thriller in San Jose. But the Bears come out on top. What a game. Jackie Wolf, clutch at the end of the game, 5 touchdowns. Man, that was just such a great game. I mean, he had the tip pick that I still hate, but everything else Jackie Wolf did was just tremendous. Just throwing dime after dime. Jackie Wolf 100% deserves player of the game there. Wow. A thriller. And if you just look at the stats, I mean, both quarterbacks did amazing. Wolf, 322 yards, 5 touchdowns, did have that pick. Rushing, Aiden Knoll had 102 and a touchdown. Parker had 38, and Wolf had -1. But it's that stupid 3.1 average yards per carry because he can't get anything going at the end. Jordan Houston had 103 yards. Bryson Jones had 85 and 2 touchdowns. LJ Young had 69 and a touchdown. Aiden Knoll had 35. And Khalil Lewis had 30 and 2 touchdowns. Look at this spread, though. Our top 3 receivers all getting this many catches is just awesome. Defensively, 12 tackles for Brendan McLean, 10 for Kristen Spriggs. So our 2 safeties just went off. Daniels with 8, Vollmer with 7. 2 TFLs for Vollmer and McLean, 1 for Wayne Hope and Spriggs. A sack for Vollmer, and then obviously no picks, no pass deflections. 3 forced fumbles, Greenwood, which was that clutch one to give us the lead, to give us like that extra score. Vollmer and Tevin Daniels. Gerald Hope recovered one of them. And then obviously no other ones of those. But what a game. So a thriller for the win. That was a fun game. I also will say, their receiver had 4 touchdowns. We literally could not stop that Trevor Rogers dude. But Josh Lovelace is visiting this week. Okay, let me see my recruiting update. Josh Lovelace, Monty Dwyer, and John Neske are visiting this week, along with a bunch of guys we are #1 on their boards for. Ben McDonald, we're in his top 5, and we're pulling away. So if we can get McDonald, that'd be awesome. But yeah, so next week we play UAB. What's our overall difference? About the same. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna be hopefully a good game. Hopefully we can win. But if you guys enjoyed this episode and you're excited for more, leave a like and subscribe. And I will catch you guys next time to face off against UAB in a rematch of the bowl game.